Jeremiah did a really good job on. You're at 7. He's a talented kid.
Is this really an any given day type of league this year? I mean, it looks like there's just not that much.
Nah, that isn't. It's and although we'll see how this plays out, but just watching Butler last night, they look like they got a little separation to me, right now. And a whole what a season's about is where does it end up? When there's been some years here where we've been the team early, and then it's how do you deal with success? So a season's a crazy journey. We're definitely not one of those teams this year. We have great upside. We got a lot of potential, a lot of young guys. Jeremiah Robinson was really good tonight. Justin Moore's been really good. He struggled tonight. That's what your young guys. But our Colin and Saddiq was great.
Seems like you're looking for consistency. You think the last 2 games maybe getting a little bit more, Jay?
We're getting there. There's always something. Offensively, we're not good against Creighton. Defensively, we were great. I thought we were really good defensively in the second half tonight. First half, we were not good. But that's a young team, and that's what it is. And you just got to keep growing. And in this year with the Big East, you can get knocked off. Like that game against Marquette, we looked like the 10th place team, and it's the way it's going to be this year because everybody can make you look bad, especially when you play at their place. The way they were playing in the first half, we could have come out of that looking bad. But you can't let it affect you going on to the next game, and it's a great challenge with young guys.
Jason, you get 21, had 21 threes all year, all of a sudden 8 today. Was it just kind of being open? Were you looking for him to shoot more?
No, just Dan, you guys. It's one thing about being around a while. I feel bad giving you the same lines, but just I don't have anything better. We talk about shoot 'em up, sleep in the streets, and that's what we talk to him about, and that's what it is. Saddiq is a good shooter. And he's going through one of those periods where he had to sleep in the streets, and you can't be afraid of it. You gotta say, hey, I might have to sleep in the streets again, but I'm not going to stop shooting. And I think that's what happened today. I saw him. I saw him choosing to drive in the Creighton game a little bit more and passing up shots. And even in the Creighton game, we were telling him keep shooting. He had a huge 3, if you remember, at the end of that game. So that's, again, he's learning that he's learning how to be a go-to guy. When you're a go-to guy, you can't be afraid to have that night where you look really bad and everyone says, hey, you lost because you can't make a shot. You can't be afraid of that. And he wasn't afraid. He definitely wasn't afraid today. And that's how you have the good games like that.
Right. Brian Antoine, how do you think he's progressing? When do you think he will be able to get extensive time on the floor more?
He is progressing well. There's always the difference between how fans perceive, how someone is progressing and how the program does. Fans only see game day. Game day is not the only day in terms of your development. There's 365 days a year. He's getting better and better every year. Every day. And, I would say to you if, he's got a long way to go. He doesn't have a long way to go. We got to get everybody else consistent so you can put a young guy in there, and he's going to make mistakes. But we got starters making a lot of mistakes right now. So we just got to get the rest of the guys better, really, and more consistent so you can put a young guy in there in tight games.
You said you didn't do anything differently defensively in the second half.
No.
You did what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Is that just attention to detail
Yeah.
or focus?
Yeah. And we did that. It's just, you can analyze this, but sometimes you play a team and they have something like Marcus Howard and McClung. They're so fast and quick with the ball. We can't simulate that. We don't have a guy like that, so we can't simulate that in practice. We have Cleve Daniels. He's more powerful, though. So then you get in a game and you practiced against it, but it's not the same speed, so it's not working as well. And then you get into the second half, you're like, all right, I got a feel for this speed. Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's not attention to detail, being young. So I think it's a combination.
Are you comfortable with the amount of paint touches your team gets off the drive or pass at this season, or is that something that can be improved?
I'm not comfortable with anything we're doing right now yet. Honestly, I'd be lying to you. We're getting better. We've been spoiled here. We've had really good teams, and so we know what that is, and we know how far we are from being there. We're not making excuses or being afraid. You got to respect that it takes a lot of time and work to get there. These guys have to put the time and work in.
One of the things Coach Wright, I think you had in the championship.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, what was working well defensively against your 7, especially in the second half?
Jeremiah, you know, when we now your 7 got him in foul trouble, but he did a good job on him. He did a really good job. You know, he's strong. Jeremiah's strong, and he's got good quickness. Now, when he got to his spots, he was bigger than him. He could score over him, and he did get him in some foul trouble. And when we had Jeremiah out, he got it going a little bit. But I just thought he did a really good job on him.
One of the things with the championship, Coach Wright, that 2016 and 2018 team had was patience. A lot of
Yeah.
patience even get down. Do you see this happening the way Kyler runs point and the way the team comes back when they're down?
Yeah, we're starting to learn that, and Colin's the one that knows it, right? And Colin's he's got to find a way to translate that to everybody on the floor during the game, and he's starting to do that better. I thought he did a great job at Creighton. I thought he did a great job today. You know, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's learning. He's learning how to be in control of the team. You know, he's played with a lot of great guys, and he's played off them. It's not – he did it in high school, but doing it at this level is different. He's learning, doing a really good job.
Jay, one of the things you told us before the year was that a lot of these guys had minutes, but not some of the bigger minutes and kind of the spotlight situations. Are you seeing them kind of settle in to some of the bigger roles and what they've experienced so far?
Yeah, like I said, I'm not making excuses. Every team deals with that. So we're probably not as good dealing with inexperienced players as other coaches and programs. It's just not one of our strengths. But we respect that process, and being in the roles that these two are in right now. That was Phil Booth and Pascal last year. You have to learn how to do that. But Pascal and Booth got to do it with other great players as juniors. They still got to be go-to guys at times. These guys have not gotten to do it, and they're not doing it with other great older players either. It's a lot tougher, and they got to earn it, and we all got to go through it.
As you know, Georgetown has a very short bench. Talk about some of the challenges from a coaching perspective that provides that maybe fans and writers don't see.
Hey, man, I think he's doing a great job, you know, with a 7-man rotation there, and they're playing well. I mean, you see the first half. I mean, we hit shots in the second half, but the first half we were struggling with them, and maybe we wore them down a little bit in the second half. But great respect for what he's doing. It really, once you get into foul trouble, when you have that type of lineup and that lack of depth, then you have to give up aggressiveness. You know, we're trying to build deeper bench so we can keep our aggressiveness, and that's tough. They're doing a really good job with it.
In terms of practice and
It's a
preparation.
whole nother world. Practice is a nightmare. Practice is a nightmare because you can't get guys hurt. You can't simulate situations. That's what people don't see. That's terrible. It's really hard to prepare your team.
Was your mindset today to come out a little more aggressive offensively?
No, I mean, I think every game we all have the same approach. Take shots when it's there, and just defend and rebound. That's what we try to be consistent on every day. So we can have a different player, score every game, but as long as we stay focused on defending and rebounding.
What you can do, you feel like you can be a more reliable three-point?
Just whatever the team needs, to be honest. Like you said, like last game, Colin was the one that was making shots, but every day, every game is different. So that's how I got to approach it.
Leader Johnson, Leader Sports, man, you are a gamer this year. What makes you so tough this year? What makes you, when it's clutch, what makes you able to think in the clutch moments this year?
I'm just playing off my teammates. They do a great job of either getting me the ball when I'm off the ball or cutting when I have it. So it's easy. They make it easy for me to just make plays for them, and just trying to grow as a leader and make as many plays as possible, just while focused on defending and rebounding on the defensive end.
Did you sense that the first 5 or 6 minutes of the second half was key? Because you had a hand in 13 of those first 17 points there.
Definitely. I mean, we wanted to start. We wanted to have a good start in the second half. We knew that we were lacking a little bit in the first half on the defensive end, so we wanted to get stops right away in the second half, and then it turned into easy buckets for us. We got out, I think, in transition one time. I think Deke got a 3. But yeah, we just came out. We wanted to get stops, focus on defending and rebounding, and take it to another level.
What was the difference defensively in the second half?
I think we did a pretty good job of communicating in the second half. I think we were getting a little confused switching in the first half. Guys were slipping, but I think we figured it out, and guys started to communicate more, and we were being a little tougher on the defensive end.
Saddiq, we asked you yesterday about anything about Georgetown, but it looked like you wanted to come out with something to prove. Did that enter your mind at all?
No, not at all. We try to think of every opponent the same. But not at all.
This game was Philly. Really Philly. What made you? Would you come in with this game? How'd you come in? Was you wanting to have that Mamba mentality?
Just having my teammates trust me. They were finding me. So just like I said, be confident when I shoot the ball. We shoot every day, so just trust in our abilities, and that's what happened.
Are there any commonalities between Coach Wright and Coach Singletary?
Oh yeah, for sure. Coach Singletary, he's been looking at this program for a long time since Josh played. So just trying to play tough and play hard and just communicate. But obviously, this is a different level. But some of the same type themes I know Coach Singletary tried to enforce in his team too in high school.
How do you think the team's coming along in terms of trying to be more consistent with, with no seniors or fourth-year juniors? How do you think that you guys as a group are progressing in that regard?
I think we've grown a lot since the beginning of the year. We all know that we have a lot more room to grow and to get better. And I think every day, the more we practice, the more we play with each other, we're going to just continue to get better. It's going to be easier to communicate from playing with each other. But as long as we go out there and play hard, we defend and rebound, that'll take care of itself.
Any other questions? Crowd, special unit. Some championship this year in Villanova.
Honestly, for us, we're just worried about becoming the best Villanova basketball team by the end of the year. That's what we're remain focused on, having a growth mindset, trying to grow as much as we can every day.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.